welcome the second pair, and we'll ask Valentine and Antoine to come on stage.
Hi everyone. Last year I was here with you to talk about luxury and transmission with the main motto, responsive to change through a disruptive legacy attitude. That's why this year I want you to leave the stage to the Jacquelot Gen Z. Et j'ai donc nommé Antoine Chocque, 25 years old EHL alumni, to support Valentine Barbier-Mueller to win the battle like we did last year.
So message is clear, huh? You know what you have to do. Yes, I know, so careful if you don't, right? Okay. So thank you. Okay, so just a few words maybe about Valentine. So Valentine Barbier-Mueller, you are the third generation from Barbier-Mueller. Entering the SPG REITs group, which is a real estate services group. Before joining, you did already a lot of things, starting with studying architecture. Then you went to the UK, doing like liberal arts at King's College, studying philosophy. You were also very much interested in innovation, so you did a master degree in innovation and entrepreneurship, actually, then in Spain, in SAD. In 2015, you pursued your innovation interest and you joined Solar Impulse. Where you worked on the digital communication for that, and then you started. You wanted to join even further, I would say, countries. You worked also for a startup called Code Mentor, which is based in Taiwan. It's a platform that connects coders and mentors and clients for projects on a freelance basis. Of course, there you had time, so you studied Mandarin. Huh? And in 2019, for various reasons and personal actually reason, you had to come back to Switzerland, and you joined the family group SPG REITs at that time. So Valentine, already many things with your young age. And first question we'll have for you is that just explain to us a little bit the mission actually of your group.
Sure. Thank you for the introduction, and absolutely no pressure from your CEO. So the family company, Société Privée de Gérance, was founded in 1960 by my grandfather, Jean-Paul Barbier. And so he was a businessman, but he was also an avid art lover, collector. And so actually, he founded the company as a means to an end. It was a way for him to finance this passion, which he found out quite early enough was fairly resource consuming. To me, this part of the history of the company highlights the importance of passion in any entrepreneurial endeavor. It's the motto at the basis of any entrepreneurial adventure. And over the years, the company has grown into a group that employs today some 220 professionals. We're based in Geneva, Nyon, and Lausanne, so around what we call the Arc Lémanique. And we take pride in offering a full range of services in the real estate industry. So from management to brokerage to property development, project management, renovation, and so on.
Okay, thank you. Very interestingly, when we talked together before, you just said that actually you don't really inherit the leadership of your family group, but you are just borrowing it for a moment. So what do you mean by that?
Well, I think family businesses have this particularity that they they inherently have a long-term vision. It's never just about ourselves. It's never only about a generation. It's about many people that are just carrying this this project forward throughout the generations. And another way of saying it that I really like is that family businesses, they think in generations and not quarters. So there's a deep sense of understanding that our decisions today, our actions today, well, they have an impact on future generations. And there's a responsibility to just pursue our activities with this sense of mission and by upholding the values of the family that were carried by previous generations.
Okay, thank you very much. So we understood that you had the chance through your studies. So of course, you studied Switzerland, UK, Taiwan, and so on. And to travel, to see other things, and also with your first work with the Solar Impulse or Code Mentor, to broaden really your vision, right? And so what did you learn actually from that, and how difficult was it to come back?
Let's not talk about that. So yeah, you mentioned Solar Impulse. I think many of you might know about this project, very innovative project, because it was the first airplane that was able to fly day and night, only powered by the sun, so no fuel at all. So for me, it was an immense luck to be able to join this project as an early age. And actually, it was my first professional experience, so it had a lasting impact on me, not only because of the nature of the project that was very innovative, but also because of the people, the team, and also the founders. One of them, you also might know, Bertrand Piccard. You probably also heard about the book, one of the books that he published, Changer d'altitude, in which he highlights the importance of getting outside of one's comfort zone and having a positive attitude and mindset when confronting challenges. So I would say that this philosophy that was talked about was really lived by the team and had a lasting impact on me.
Okay, and rich of all that, actually, what would you like to pass on to the next generations for your group, for example?
Okay, so it's not too early to talk about it because my sister had her second son a couple of weeks ago.
Okay,
so it's very concrete now. I want them to be free and feel free to pursue their interest and curiosity. So whatever they do, real estate, not real estate, to me it's more important how they do it and how they pursue to live their life.
Okay, thank you very much. So now, Antoine, I don't need really to
My
present
mentor.
you. Okay, so you're working for Jacques Hédro, absolutely, where you are a hospitality manager there. So a few years ago now, so Jacques Hédro launched a very bold, let's say, strategy, fueled by the notion of disruptive legacy. So if we follow this red thread, I guess you have a few things that you would like to discuss with Valentine about maybe craftsmanship or value over the time.
Sure. So thank you all for being here first. So I need to give a bit of context of what Jacques Hédro does before being able to discuss. There is a saying from Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, so I know Mr. Dagui is here, it's we don't inherit the lands of our elders, but we borrow it from our children. This is what we are trying to do with Jacques Hédro. We are here for a certain time, and then we pass the mission. Jacques Hédro is one of the oldest watchmaking company, 1738, so very young. And then there is a very added value on métiers d'art that could disappear if Jacques Hédro is not doing them. So Jacques Hédro is part of the Swatch Group, is part of the Hayek family business, and they wanted to keep Jacques Hédro for what we do. We don't just do watches to distribute and to mass market. We want to preserve métiers d'art that, if we don't do it, would disappear. And Jacques Hédro, since 1738, has been through different environments, conditions, and the motto for all the people who worked for the company during those past 250 years almost, maybe a bit more than that, was to transfer the mission about arts, mechanisms, and exceptional piece of arts. So the goal for us is not to just repeat what has been done in the past, because if you just repeat what the master did, at some point you fail and you don't match the environment that you've been into for the past months or years. So you have to adapt, and this is what Darwin said. It's you have to be responsive to change to be able to survive. And with all the different trends, like we discussed AI, we discussed tools, digital tools, we kept and we still keep the know-how and the savoir-faire that we are trying to promote. The average age in the atelier d'art and in the métier d'art and the watchmaking department is 31 years old, and this is not something that you can learn at school. The skills that they do to do the pieces of art, I don't know how to draw a house, and they do amazing stuff, and there is not a school for that. They just go from one person to another person, just transmitting, working for a few years together, and then they do, and they repeat, and they adapt, and they go through with the trends that we can see nowadays. Jacques Hédreau used to do many great things, but then you need to adapt to what we do, to the trends. So my question for Valentine will be, we have this mission to transmit and to keep the legacy, even if you have to adapt and to disrupt to the world that is going faster and faster nowadays. How do you, on a daily basis, implement those visions and this willingness to keep the mission on a daily basis? Do you do any particular actions?
So when I joined the family business a few years ago, I arrived with lots of revolutionary ideas, and of course, as a young person, I had understood everything about new ways of management and how to set a company vision and so on. And I must say that with a little bit of hindsight, now understand that you have to keep a balance between, say, innovation and tradition. And actually, it was our slogan for our 6th anniversary. That was in 2020. It was tradition and innovation across generations, because disruption is very sexy, it's very exciting, but it rarely works, especially in a traditional family business, in an industry that's real estate, very local. So we managed to find a balance, capitalizing on our team members that had accompanied my father for several decades, and the new people that joined the company.
Thanks. So we have the professional needs to transmit those missions. On a personal level, with the people that you're working with, how do you? Because again, you can have guidelines, rules, and things to do on a daily basis. But how do you get people involved and again committed to the mission, even if they're not part of the family? But how do you have them feeling important and involved in the project?
Well, they're not part of the family, but many of them are almost part of the family. Because when I joined the family business, I would say many of the directors of the company that had been there for several decades. So many of them actually they saw me. They saw me when I was born. So over the years, you have this. Of course, it's a professional settings for professional professionals, but you have this sense of humanity at the center of the relationship. And I think, rather than a constraint, it's something that is appreciated by the people who join us, because they adhere to the vision, they adhere to the family values and the philosophy, which enables them to stay for quite a long time when they're happy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to both. So bigger than ourselves in your case, because it's a family business, for the next generations. So now questions from you all. For you, Valentine, do you feel more the burden or the opportunity?
50-50? I think it's a great point. Of course, it's a beautiful and great opportunity. It's a learning curve that's very steep. You end up with responsibilities that few people your age have, but it comes with responsibilities that you have to take seriously. I came across a study by the University of St. Gallen recently that said that 5% of students that were from a family business background ended up taking it over, but over 30% ended up creating a new company. Yeah. So I like to see this contagiousness of entrepreneurship, whether you exercise it within the family company or outside. How do I deal with professional tensions with involve my sister, for example?
Because you have five girls, right?
So I have 4 sisters, we're 5 girls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only 2 are in the company, right?
Only my older sister, Marie, and
I.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that?
I mean, to be honest...
You don't have any?
it can happen, but we have such a great relationship. You know, we're Irish twins. We're less than a year apart, so for 2 weeks, we're the same age. And of course, when we're children, she would hate that because I would always provoke her and tell her that we're the same age when she was actually 11 months older, which is very important when you're a kid. But we have the same values, we have the same philosophy. When I say green, she knows I mean green, and it means the same green for her. We trust each other. Whenever she entrusts me with a task or responsibility, I'm happy to know that she trusts me that I will do it to the best of my ability, and the other way around. So I think that the trust that's at the center of a relationship enables us to also talk about disagreements or tensions whenever they occur, so that they don't become big problems.
Okay, thank you. For you, Antoine, if we stay in the generational kind of questions, let's say, or family kind of questions, are traditional métiers like horloger, watchmakers, still attractive for young people today? Because you were saying that the average age was 31.
Yeah.
So what about the watchmakers?
Some people like the speed of life, going to meetings, jumping from meeting to another one, and going fast and publishing stuff on the Instagram and traveling. Some people like the calm of La Chaux-de-Fonds, so not the sexiest city on earth, but still it's very calm. It's very, and you have your space, and it's you with your tools in front of you. Got disconnected. No, it's okay. So no, it's still attractive. We still have people applying, and again, it's a fantastic job, and people get involved. We have apprentices that comes to us. So, and the people at Jacques Dro are happy to show and to give what they know, because again, this is about transmission and know-how that is not in school.
Okay, and maybe if we still have time, so Valentine, one last question. So in your various professional experiences, did you have to deal with hard situations? And how did you manage that?
Smile. It's actually something my father used to tell me all the time. The show must go on.
Okay.
So regardless how you feel inside, smile and just do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So it was Valentine for Bigger Than Ourselves for the Next Generation. So thank you very much to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.